First and foremost, I like to say, call Halayim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. A double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who taught us this truth. All right. Shalom and salutation to the hopeful elect, the Akim out there spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth and presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice as the scripture teach us to do. Shalom to the very few sisters that do listen to us as well. This is the brother Yahweh from the great millstone Chicago camp. I basically just wanted to get into these uprisings amongst the people, predominantly between these Jakes, all right, and these Moabites, all right. And nevertheless, some of those people are Hamites, so-called Africans, which we are not, even though our people, migrated through Africa in 70 AD, fleeing Roman persecution from the land of Israel, because we are the Hebrew Israelites. We are just a dark skin, even though the other nations look at us all as the same. The Lord said he would put a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites. We are the Israelites. All right, when you read the scriptures in Genesis, Moses put his hand in his bosom, and it was dark, and it came out leprous as snow, and then he put it back white, and it returned his Salaki back into his bosom, and it returned his other flesh. When Joseph, was being buried, those other nations couldn't tell the difference between him and his Israelite brothers and those Hamites because they were dark-skinned people. Now people have mingled with the nations, and some of us look like the other nations, but nevertheless, we are the Israelites and those so-called Africans are the Hamites. The Negroes in America aren't the same people as the Negroes in Africa, even though the other nations look at us like that, all right? And these Moabites, which when you go into the Holy Scriptures, all right, into the history, these are the incest babies of Lot, these men of East. The Scriptures speak of the pride of Moab, all right? But nevertheless, those are other things for other stories. I just want to kind of set the scene, man. Israel, the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all 12 tribes have enemies, man. And we don't realize we have enemies, especially with the Negro tribes, because we've been beat down so bad, all right, that our people, we look for acceptance. We don't look for dominance. We don't look for superiority. We don't have, as the apostles refer to, as a ruling class mentality. We just want to be accepted. And we want to go with the flow. And we want to be everything but the Israelites. But these nations, they always showed their horns towards us. I mean, we get on the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, which is the Edomites, according to the scriptures. But like I said, that's another time for another story too. But these other nations hate us as well, man. These Arabs, all right, these so-called Africans, which we are not, all right, the Japanese, the Chinese, all of these people hate us, man, and they're gonna get it, man. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he scattered us amongst the nations, man. And as the scriptures say, he didn't scatter us for our destruction. He scattered us that we repent and turn to him. It's just like King Solomon said, that people that are called by thy name pray toward this house. And that's what we're doing in these latter days. We're coming back to remembrance. We're coming back into our heritage. All right, and we crying and sighing, to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and he's gonna come and deliver us from these heathens, man. You got the prophecies popping off. One of the prophecies that the love of many shall wax cold. All right, you see the 3 Chinamen beating down the so-called black dude. The Nigerians, which are Israelites. Those are Israelites that are scattered in Africa, because those are our people. All right, the people in Nigeria predominantly, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, where we were snatched. Our forts, still over there. Forts like Benjamin, Judah, You got amongst those tribes like the Asante tribes, you got Levites, and the Southern Kingdom tribes. But in Nigeria, they making an uproar against these Chinese, man. They fucking up any Chinese business. The 5G towers, you got that starting seditions amongst men. But nevertheless, we have enemies, man. And our enemies, they have their fangs out towards us. But like I said, we're so simple, man. And we don't know who we are or where we going, man. But the Lord is going to restore all that. This is Psalms 83 and verse 1. It says, keep thou, O silence, O Yahweh. Salaki, Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Because that's what they want, man. You know, these nations, man, wish that they can just push the nigger button. You had that article with the one Chinese man said black people, so-called black people, because there's no such thing as a black person. We've been blackballed, all right, and we've been stigmatized, if that's the right word. We've been made a stigma. That black stigma has been put on the southern kingdom of Israel. You know, he said that black people are the most dumbest people on the earth. You know, and us being the most creative, you know, the biggest thinkers, the biggest innovators and contributors to this society, he's still right. Because he said a Chinese man, an Indian man, an African man, or a Korean man can come into the black community and push them out of business with a black dollar in a matter of weeks. Because they're so stupid, they won't even buy from each other. But the Indians buy from the Indians, the Chinese buy from the Chinese. And that's how we know that we the Israelites. But he don't understand that. But those are the curses that were put upon us in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. He said, thou shalt be the tail and not the head. And the stranger that is amongst you shall rise higher and higher. And you shall go lower and lower. You should be the borrower and not the lender. But the Lord put that punishment on us, man. Not because you fucking heathens are so great. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is great and we didn't serve him. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is finna bring you motherfuckers low. He's finna exalt us, man. And you people are finna get beat to fucking shivers, man, according to the Holy Scriptures. Talking about you. Hey, man. Oh, man. And they have said, come, let us cut them from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, for they've consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And that's why you see these nations having summit meetings and things like that. You know, the scriptures refer to the nations as mountains. All right, the top of a mountain is a summit, man. They have those meetings and ain't an Israelite in sight, man. All right. You know, they ain't no Latinos in there. If you got them, you know, they ain't Latinos, they Spaniards, man. Ain't no niggas in there. Those are black fucking Hamites. Damn sure ain't no Native Americans in there. Look what Esau did to their land, man. In them summit meetings, man. All right. It says the tabernacles of Edom. Hey, first and foremost. All right. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites and the Moabites and the Hagarenes. So there you go, man. You got your Edomites, your Arabs, your Chinese, and Gabal and Ammon and Amalek. Whew. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. All right. You Africans, you Arabs, you Japanese, all right? Ashur also is joined unto them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Selah. It says, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as unto Sirah, as unto Javan, at the brook of Kishon, which perished in Edor. They became as the dung for the earth. And the Lord is going to destroy these nations, man. All these nations that conspired against us, which are all of them. All right. 2 Maccabees 2:10. It says, what nation have not had part in her kingdom and had gotten of her spoils? All right. So what nation have not had part in putting Israel into slavery and putting Israel into destruction? All of them, man. So yes, when you realize you're a Hebrew Israelite, you realize you have a natural enemy, man. A lion is born, all right, knowing he's a lion, man. He knows his domain. He knows what other predators to watch out for. He knows his alliance. He knows everything because he's born in his habitat. But when you take a lion out of his habitat, all right, and socially engineer him, you know, you find the mightiest beast of the jungle, so to speak, in the fucking circus with a damn hat on, rolling through hoops. Because he's been compromised. And that's what Jake is today, man. They like that lion, you know, that cowardly lion in the Wizard of Oz, man. You know, they took his courage from him, man. All right? That's what they did to Jake. But the Lord is rousing us up, man. And we gonna have our foot in these heathens' ass, man, in these seditions among men. And that's why you see them jakes riling up, man. They shutting down them so-called Chinese businesses, man. You fucking dog eaters, cat eaters, octopus eaters, every abomination eaters, man. But you want to walk around like y'all so great and mighty. Hey, that's why the scriptures talk about the pride of Moab, man. All right? They think they're going to be the next world's power, man. You crazy as hell, man. That's insane, man. This is, what's that? This is Micah 5:8. Salaki, this is Micah 5:7. Micah 5:7, it says, and the remaining of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as the dew from Yahweh, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of man. And the remaining of Jacob shall be amongst the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion amongst the beasts of the forest, and Salaki, as a young lion amongst the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. And thy enemy shall be lifted up, thy hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries, and thy enemy shall be cut off. Hey, because the Lord is rousing Jake up. He's giving them that mighty spirit back, man. And our people, man, even the stupid niggas of our people, man, are going to get a chance to put their hands on some heathens, man, and really fuck them up, man. Straight up, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man, and the elect, you really gonna be fucked up, man. He said, because we don't have the military might that the Moabites got, that the Edomites got, the Ishmaelites. You know, we don't own a country. We don't have a military. We don't have nuclear power. But the elect of Israel, man, he said, hey, the feeble amongst them gonna be as David. All right? That's a lot, man. That's a mighty power, man. That's a mighty power, man. David leaped over a wall. He ran through troops. All right? The Lord is going to put that divine intervention in play, man, and he's going to lift up his standard for the nation of Israel, man. He's going to make us precious again, man. But he's going to give us our vengeance, man. And he's going to have us beat the shit out of these nations, man. Matter of fact, let me read what our forefather himself said and what also our Lord said, man, because this is what the nations got coming. Nothing else, man. This is Psalms 2:8. It said, ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. That's everything and everywhere and everybody. What Mufasa told Simba, everything that the sun touches is ours. All right? It says, thou shalt break them with the rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces as the pot, like a potter's vessel. So that's the future of these fucking heathens, man. They ain't getting nothing else. They ain't getting no play. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to set Israel up, man. And he's going to put our foot in their asses, man, with spiritual powers. Revelations 2:26, it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him I will give power over the nations. He shall rule them with the rod of iron, and as the vessels of the potter shall they be broken into shivers, as I have received of my Father. And I will give him the morning star. He that have an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. And that's why we cry. That's why we utter, man. You know, for the kingdom of heaven to come and play, man, so we can get that the Spirit put on us. We can get the law, statutes, and commandments in our heart. All right? When we won't be able to go off, we get spiritual powers. We get new bodies. We get our dominion back. We no longer the butt of every fucking joke. We no longer the prey. What that nigga say on Minister Society, the hunt is on and you're the prey. He was right, man. All right? And we going to have it in our power to do anything we want righteously to anybody we want. And he said, is it a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense them that trouble you? These people troubled us, man. Hey, and the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is going to give us the power to fuck them up, man. That's the only way they overtook us and dominated us, not because they were so great, man. Hey, but the Lord going to show and prove. Call aloud in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Ba'ashem Kadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well, and to the hopeful elect. Shalom.